Okay, we have already discussed the different interpretations of the statement A is congruent to B mod M, right? The important interpretation of A is congruent to B mod M is M divides A minus B. For example, if we have 3 is congruent to 5 mod 2, right? That means 3 minus 5 is divisible by 2. Yes or no? Obvious, 3 minus 5 is divisible by 2, right? That means this statement is true. Now we will discuss the different operations and the properties in the modular arithmetics, right? So the first property of modular arithmetic is, if we have A is congruent to B mod M, then we must have B is congruent to A mod M, right? We can easily prove this statement as we have A is congruent to B mod M, that means M divides A minus B. If M divides A minus B, this implies M also divides B minus A. If M divides B minus A, so we can rewrite this as, in the language of modular arithmetic, as B is congruent to A mod M. So this is the first basic property of our modular arithmetic. So if A is congruent to B mod M, that means B is also congruent to A mod M. That means we can interchange these two integers, right? Now move to second property. Second property is, if A is congruent to B mod M and at the same time we have B is congruent to C mod M, right? A is congruent to B mod M and B is congruent to C mod M, then we must have A is congruent to C mod M, right? For example, given 15 is congruent to 3 mod 4 and 3 is congruent to 19 mod 4. We can conclude 15 is also congruent to 19 mod 4. As 4 divides 15 minus 19, right? So this is our second property. We can prove this property. We have A is congruent to B mod M, that means M divides A minus B. Also B is congruent to C mod M, that means M also divides B minus C. If M divides A minus B and M divides B minus C, this implies M also divides sum of these two, that means A minus B plus B minus C. So if M divides A minus B plus B minus C, that means M divides A minus C, and we can rewrite this statement as A is congruent to C mod M. So this is our second property, right? Now move to third property. Property number 3. If A is congruent to B mod M, if A is congruent to B mod M and C is congruent to D mod M, then we have the following properties. We have the following properties which holds good. Number 1, if A is congruent to B mod M and C is congruent to D mod M, then A plus C is congruent to B plus D mod M. That means we can add these two modular equations, right? Proof, very simple proof. As we have A is congruent to B mod M, that means M divides A minus B. Also M divides C minus D. These implies M also divides sum of these two. We can rewrite this as M divides A plus C minus B plus D, which can be rewrite this as A plus C is congruent to B plus D mod M, right? Second, if A is congruent to B mod M and C is congruent to B mod M, then we can take difference of these two. Then we have A minus C is congruent to B minus D mod M. We can also prove this statement similar to the proof of this statement, right? Now the third, we can also multiply these two statements. That means A into C is also congruent to B into D mod M. A into C is congruent to B into D mod M, right? But division is not always true, right? Division is not always true. That means A by C is congruent to B by D mod M. This is not always true, right? So we will discuss this division in the next video. Now we have the following properties with these two statements. If A is congruent to B mod M, A is congruent to B mod M, and C is congruent to D mod M, then we must have number 1, A plus C is congruent to B plus D mod M. That means we can add these two. Number 2, A minus C is congruent to B minus D mod M. We can take difference of these two, and A into C is congruent to B into D mod M. That means we can multiply these two, but division is not always true. We will discuss the division property in the next video, right? So this is the sub properties of the property number 3, right? So move to property number 4. Move to property number 4. Let k is an integer and we have A is congruent to B mod M, then we must have number 1, A into K is congruent to B into K mod M, right? And number 2, A raised to power K is congruent to B raised to power K mod M. Both results holds good. But in the second, K should be a positive integer, and this is called modular exponentiation. And in this result, converse is not always true. That means if we have AK is congruent to BK mod M, that doesn't means AK is congruent, A is congruent to B mod M, right? So let us take a note. If we have AK is congruent to BK mod M, where K is an integer, then we cannot cancel out K from this equation. That means A is congruent to B mod M. This is not always true. Not always true. We will discuss this with this property of the modular division, right? This is similar, modular division and this one, both are same, right? So we will discuss these two in the next video. Okay, move to property number 5. If we have A is congruent to B mod M and N is the factor of N, that is if N divides M, then A is also congruent to B mod N, right? Property number 6. If A is congruent to B mod M and A is congruent to B mod N such that M and N are co-prime integers, that is HCF of M and N is equal to 1, then we must have A is congruent to B mod M into N. This is the property number 6, right? So these are the important properties in the modular arithmetic, except the division property. We will discuss the division property in the next video. Thank you.